Hey guys, what's up? We're here with a best of three against Blarghlfarghl in the Smog on Tour generations. Generation 8, 7, and 6. As you see here, this is Generation 7, the first game of the set. It was for Coronavirus Premier League. I'm in the best of three slot for my team, the Zikachu's. It's just like Zika Pikachu. It's basically a Premier League that we're doing on our board. It's a game a day instead of a game a week. I'm in the best of three slot. I'm against Blarg, who's also in the best of three slot for this team. Unfortunately, we lost the first week, 9-7. However, I had an intense series with Blarg. Um, I definitely could have handled some things differently, as could have he. But I think there were a lot of good plays, a lot of really close play, especially in the third game. It is going to go to three games, in fact. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get on into it now. I'm going to switch sides, so I'm in the front side as I always do, and let's get onto it. I'm bringing the team that Brofist used against Blacks in the World Cup tiebreak this year. Unfortunately, he lost that game. Turn one right off the bat. I'm going to get up rocks, and I'm going to just get my scissor in. It's pretty standard scissor sword stand superpower. I didn't think it was going to be flamethrower with the Pex that probably had Haze and the Celsteela, but it turns out he was. So he's going to get a lot of damage off me right off the bat. But we did trade rocks in the opening sequence, and I get my Reuniclus in. I know right off the bat Reuniclus is a good match against him, so I'm going to get some combines off. He doesn't get Toxic Spikes off, which is worth noting because that really threatens my Finny. But I also defog on Landers, which is worth noting. I get the Side Shock off there, and I'm going to go for Focus Blast, thinking he might get greedy and go to the Granger there. And I'm going to do that one more time, knowing that I don't want to pursue this Combine War anyway before I know his set. And I get a Focus Blast up there, and he's just going to stand. And I'm going to go Tran, knowing there's no way he's Combine plus Surf into our ground. And he's going to get Thunderbolt, which is the best thing you can do to me pretty much. He's only going to do 26 plus 1. I'm going to threaten Toxic and go for Lava Plume, trying to catch the Gliscor on the switch. Because Sword Stance Gliscor is a huge threat to my team. As once Weavile takes rocks or an attack, then it beats pretty much everything else. Unless I catch it with like a plus 2 Reuniclus with Z-Fight on the switch. On the Roost, rather. I'm hit by rights on Landers, but yeah, not great. Anyway, I'm just going to threaten it with Lava Plumes, forcing some soft boiled while I recover from leftovers, knowing that he can't really touch me. Unfortunately, this is going to lead to me getting a burn off on it, but I don't really have anything to induce process in this team anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. I'm doing a decent chunk to him, which means he's fully physically defensive. In fact, he might not even be max HP given some of these damages, but I think he just is, and I'm rolling fairly high with the 35s. I think that 33 is more of a mid roll, but not that it matters. I'm going to get all the way up to full, and he's going to waste a lot of soft boiled. He finally goes for Moonblast there, and he does in fact get the drop, which is fine for me. I'm going to go for one more to bait another soft boiled, I think. Doing 23 there. He's going to go for another Moonblast and get another drop as 17 turns into this game. We effectively reached a first 6 dolly point. I'm going to get Reuniclus here in now on a likely soft boiled, yeah, indeed. And I'm going to be poisoned, which means he can't paralyze me with, well, this isn't two-wave, but also Thunderbolt or Ice Beam on Latias. And can't freeze me, which makes it a favorable Combine War for me all of a sudden. As at plus 6 with Side Shock, I should be able to Tokyo it. So I'm going to pursue this Combine War now, knowing worst case scenario, if for some reason he beats me, I do have the Weavile in the back, and if I pursue, I could potentially put it into Bullet Punch range if he gets it right, the 50-50. So yeah, we're going to combine up against each other. He doesn't really have much counterplay to this, it seems, which is good for me. I feel like him going Gliscor and pursuing that war would have been better, but he didn't know actually if I was Z Fight or Z Psychic. So Z Psychic could have potentially collaborated Gliscor if I got a comment on the switch in, so it's fair enough. It's going to seem like I'm doing 56% damage there, which is great, but I'm going to need to crit one eventually or just continuously roll higher than 52, 53, because it is true that I have the same amount of side check PP as he has wrist PP. So that's got to be something I keep care of. I did 50 there, which is like absolute min, which is bad. And then 52 the next time. See, I've got to do the damage between it in full. You see there, 52 again. So I need to roll more like 55, 56 continuously. And there I do another 52. So it's looking like I might have to actually pull out of this and go Weavile on a Roost. But there I'm going to do 58. And that's more like it. And if I average 54, 55, I'm going to be able to break it out. And I do 55 there. Again, all these chances also give me a big chance to actually get a crit. 54 there. Largely, can you keep rolling low? It's not that. 53, which is a mid to low roll still. I'm trying to average like 54. 54 here. So finally, I'm getting the decent rolls. He's at 11 now. Here, again, I do 52, so I'm like, fuck, now I might need an extra one. And look, I'm running low. I only have 3 Side Shock left, but this one I get a crit on, which is like right above max damage range. That was great. And I figure, okay, I could get a Focus Blast off here potentially, but I want to go for the Z because that'll also take out the Celesteela or the Toxapex, or maybe even the Gliscor potentially, depending on the spread. So I'm able to take out that Pex, which is great for me. But I'm still very limited on attacking PP. I go for Focus Blast here into Clefable, and I'm able to do 58, which is great. But I am fearful of the Greninja, but I go for the side shock anyway. No, okay, I'm so far ahead that I could probably pressure him through. Um, he goes for Dark Pulse here, and I break math, and I hit through. As long as I didn't miss, it's fine if he flinched once. As long as I didn't miss or get crit, that was great. Anyway, I am just gonna go for Roost here, knowing you can't touch me. I am very low on attack PP, though. I only have one side shock, and I have 4 focus left. So I don't think I'm actually gonna be able to complete the sweep with this. I'm gonna go for a command here, just trying to bait turns. Um, He's gonna go for heavy slam, so I see 29%. Now he goes clef, and at this point I'm gonna unleash the side shock, figuring okay, I should be able to kill him. It's a roll actually, and I roll him in, which is fine. I think it might have actually been not mean, but like a mid roll. But anyway, I'm gonna go for focus blast here, and that'll take it out, which always killed after that. Um, and now he's gonna go glitch score. I get a focus blast off here. I think I have 2 left or 3 left. 2 left, so I'm gonna get one for 67. And now I know if he roosts, he dies, and if I connect, he dies as well. But I'm gonna miss, which is completely fine. It was kind of due at that point. Now I'm gonna go to Landorus, and I'm gonna get that defog off, so that way that Weavile and Finny aren't poisoned, and maybe he'll scout for Hidden Power Ice, or maybe he'll just stay in and spam Dragon Dance. That's fine. I have Scizor and Heatran as fodder. Um, Anyway, he's gonna go for another Swords Dance. I go Scizor, and I'm just gonna Bullet Punch there on the facade that takes me out. It's fine. Now I go Weave, yup. I'm gonna sell Stila. I'm gonna get a crash off, so that's gonna reveal a lot of spread. I do a little under half with a banded one, so it's got a lot of physical defense, that's for sure. He's gonna leech seed. I figured I hate leech seed, so I go Renicholas, and he goes another leech seed. I just shield this up, and it's fine. At this point, I just don't want to risk anything that I don't need to. I could force the issue in my own way. This is called plus knockoff. He's gonna go for the heavy slam as well, which is better than we switch into leech. I think it's not gonna heal him up, and now I can threaten knock. He goes Gliscor though, predicting that, and I'm scald as well. So I could force roosts. I could force a lot. And I could also do that with Power Ice. So I feel comfortable doing that. Earthquakes. That's fine no because he's now into a kill range for Scald. So he's got to either roost or switch. He switches. I go Weavile, predicting that. And Celestial was nice there of him. It did risk the Brim. That's fine. I know now I'm going into a Tran, and I just want to get Rocks up, I think. Or do I actually switch here predicting Gliscor? I think Rocks was better. Yeah, go for Rocks, and that's fine. I don't mind giving him the 25% heal. She's gonna get that. And yeah. I'm gonna go Landorus now, predicting maybe an earthquake. Yeah, and I get that. Do I? I don't. I haven't revealed Invar Ice yet. I could reveal it here. I think U-turn was better, but I think I did Invar Ice ultimately. Yeah. So he shrugged it off. He predicted that. It was just smart by him. And I'm gonna go train here, saying, okay, again, you could leech me if you want, but that's fine. I'm healthy enough. And now I think I just go for Lava Plume, saying, okay, um, you're probably going to protect, but I just want to force the issue and also put some stress on that Gliscor for switching in. Because if I could get it into like knockoff to a kill range, then that makes me that I don't have to waste the chance of missing with Ice Cold Crash. I go Landorus here, take a facade for 18. That's fine. He's a 59, and now I go for U-turn. Hidden Power Ice was a roll to kill, but he got that right. But I know he's at -1, and he's probably going to roost. But he actually goes for Earthquake. Good play. Um, He goes Celesteela. I go for Crash, and now he's got a good chance to a KO. But I figure he's probably going to protect here, so I think I just go Tran here. Again, I don't want to risk it dying. He goes for Heavy Slam, trying to say, okay, if you want to go for the miss, I will give it to you. And he just Heavy Slams into Tran. It's fine again. And again, the Gliscor isn't at full, so Lava Plume can force the roost. It's looking pretty decent for me here. After the start, of course it is. Get that plume off, yup, yup, yup. And now I'm kind of going to wrap up the sequence. I can force stuff with Finny here. Um, and now I think I just spam Scald for a bit. You see Swords Dance is fine. He's got a waste roost, as you see. He's only 11 left now. 10, 9. He's going to go for the +2 Earthquake. That's fine. He's going to take me out. That's also fine. And now I can just win with knockoff, as that's going to die to knock, and this is going to die to knock. So in an 84 turn affair, unemerged victorious. There's a lot of help from a trustworthy Renicholas there. Was able to hit his move, not get crit. Yep, worked out well. So now let's get into game 2 right off the bat, and I'm facing Webs, which wasn't ideal. I was actually picking him to use Wish Killer in this game, ironically enough, but that's fine. It's still a very manageable matchup. So right off the bat, I open up a Webs import I have, and I thought it was Specs Hoopa, so it kind of changed a lot in the game plan. But right off the bat, I get ridiculously lucky. So I get a flinch and then a crit, and yeah, I could have got a rapid spin off potentially, especially if I called the Hoopa turns right. I was plus speed drill, and I'm pretty sure this is modest mana fee. But also I've got some HP investments. So I could have potentially lived the Scald as well. But Yeah, I lucked out. That's for sure. Um, really not trying to belittle that. I got dumb luck. Anyway, he goes Mana Feet, and this is like a huge weakness of my team. I am able to live a Surf always down. I get a Thunderwave off, so it's going to allow me not only to get a Paralysis off in this, but also get rocks up here. And to make matters even better, I can go Drill now, and I don't have to worry about using the Spinner. And I get Earthquake off on a Paralysis. Paralysis doesn't matter because it's in Keldeo range after leftovers anyway, and Focus Blast. I don't get the second paralysis. I could have went for the Iron Head there to try and flinch if I really wanted to, but it's fine. And now I'm just gonna go Torn here. I'm gonna take that out with Knock, and I'm looking really great. I mean, yeah, it's a 4-4 game, but I have Rocks up, and he doesn't have Webs or Rocks up. But this is still threatening. I'm gonna go for Knockoff here, Thunderbolt, and now I'm gonna predict the Focus Blast and U-turn into Slowbro. And then here's a weird play. I knew that he'd go for Thunderbolt here, and I know he's not Thunder Wave. So I went Tar, but I got paralyzed, and that kills me because being able to check Hoopa and Bisharp would have been superb. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to let this go. But he's going to go for Thunderbolt again, knowing that he could use that, me locking that, as a chance to set up with something else. He goes Bisharp, and I go Slowbro, saying, okay, you can get your Swords Dance up. I almost always live +4. Given the import I had, but he might have been Lumberry. He might not have been Lumberry. He might have in fact been Black Glasses. So that could make it dangerous potentially. I go to Tara's Fodder now. Um, yep, and he's gonna get that knockoff there, and I'm gonna go Keldeo. And again, I should live this. I do in fact live it at one, so he rolled high, I guess. But maybe it was Black Glasses, in which case he rolled low. I don't know. That's so confusing to me. I shouldn't have allowed as much in my import. Anyway, I go for the he goes for the ball punch, and I think, okay, maybe he just didn't want a sword stance there, and figured maybe he'll just bank on me not being heat wave. And that's fine. But then he goes to Hoopa, and I heat wave, and I'm like, wait, why go Hoopa? Because I was like 99% sure it was Scarf, but it turns out it's Specs, and it turns out it is Scarf, and now I'm in bullet punch range, and it's just like, fuck, I need to burn to win the game now because I'm in bullet punch range myself. I really didn't expect it to be Scarfupa. I expected my builder. So here comes, I need a burn to win the game, and I don't get it. And yeah, I got outplayed this game. Bug Bite always kills, I believe, even though I'm really defensive. It's still a +2 Mega Scissor stab move with Technician move. So yeah, I mean, I got lucky early, then got less lucky late. But more importantly, he outplayed me, outsequenced me there. So it was well played by Blarg. I didn't consider Scarfupa at all, and had I considered it, I could have locked up that win, but it slipped away. It was a really frustrating loss, honestly. I really wish it went differently, but it's fine. SS is definitely better than the RS for me. That's game three, so let's get it. I'm using a team that I think FLCL and TDK both use. I think FLCL was the original builder of it, though. It features Nasty Plot, Toxic, and Rotom Heat, which looks pretty good here, as Blarg's using this kind of weird team with Ditto, Clefable, Corviknight, Incineroar, which is going to get a Wisp off turn one on my Hippo as I get rocks up. He goes Corviknight, and I figure, okay, that's fine. I'm going to Earthquake, try and force damage, but he's just going to get that in. It's chill, totally. Probably going to go for Divine here. So I take that opportunity to get my Rotom Heat in, figuring, okay, can't really do much to me. And I go for Toxic here, trying to catch the Seismitoad, but he actually goes Ditto, which strikes me as kind of bizarre, but that's fine by me. Um, and now I think I just go Clefable, saying, okay, I don't want to like risk overheat on Hippo. It does 32 to me. And he's going to take the poison. So yeah, I don't really think he made the most use of his Ditto here, but Ditto wasn't great in this matchup anyway. He's going to go Seismitoad. I'm going to teleport predicting that and get Pharaoh in. And now I just go for a knock knock. Okay, I'm able to hit anything. And if he goes Conk and gets greeted, that's superb too. He's going to teleport, and now he's going to use that opportunity to get his orb up. I'm really specially defensive Clef here, so I'm going to have to protect. This game is long, by the way, so I'm playing it on fast. He's gonna go for rocks. I'm gonna trade that for Moonblast damage just to make sure he's not like the offensive liquidation variant, which could 2 kill me with Earthquake, by the way. We saw that recently. I just Moonblast again. Moonblast again. Just to see the clef spread. It looks like it's a specially defensive variant. I'm gonna teleport now and get drill in. Yup, it sees wish recoveries. Yup. So I'm gonna get spin off, and now I figure he might rock and Earthquake into a kill him, so I go for that. It was a bit greedy, but he not only hits through he hits and doesn't go for Soulfire, but he gets the burn, and that kills me because this drill is now basically useless when it could have pivoted into Clef all games. I kind of put myself behind there. That's fine. I go for U-turn and consider rocks. May very well be up for a long time from him. So my job is to get my own rocks up to make it a level playing field, or to at least force Fogs from his Corviknight. So I go Hippo to try and do that right off the bat. Then Hippo is a full-time switch in Incineroar. And now I go for the Slack here. So he goes for another wish. I think that was a premature wish. He gets Seismitoad in, I whirlwind him out. He goes Corviknight. That works well. And now that makes my Rotom Heat really look kind of menacing, I guess. He goes Clefable as I do go, in fact, go that Rotom Heat. And I get a nasty pot off right here. He wishes. I'm going to overheat, predicting him to teleport out to Seismitoad, but this leaves it low. So now the emphasis of his game plan is to get that Clefable up. So he basically traded things that are weak from Clefable to Seismitoad. That's fine. He's going to go Conk here. I live a Drain Punch always, and I figure he might go for the knockoff. So I want to. Oh, I actually go Hippo here. Okay, I go Hippo this time, knowing that he might knock off, but I should live anything besides Facade times 2. And he wasn't going for Facade and Pharaoh. So yeah, that works out because I actually got Pult here, now predicting the Facade, max damage roll. Or I could just I could have slacked off, and I knew I could wish took some wish teleport. Yeah, I go Frex here, and he wishes to stable up now, so I'm gonna use that opportunity to get my Rotom Heat in to keep pressure up. Yeah, and I go for Nasty Plat, and at this point it's a weird game because he's already wasted like 5 wishes. He's at 11, so sometimes I don't even need to be productive. I just need to use a Nasty Plat to force him to wish to Size of a Toad, or force him to wish to Incineroar. At this point, though, I know he's not gonna go for Toxic, so I actually trade Overheat just to make sure I can kind of take care of the dispensable Ditto. And that works out really well for me. But I get crit, which sucks because it does a ton to me. So I got to wish to that Rotom Heat immediately. And so he goes Incineroar. And now we're kind of playing chess because I'm just wasting Wish PP, but so is he. And I figure, okay, I can just fire this off to the knock here. Rock's just staying anyway. That'll let me reset the board, get Hip out on in, and cover that up. So I'm playing 5v6 here, but his Ditto is weakened. And I know sets, and I kind of have a long term game plan. Just got to be patient with it. So I go Pharaoh here as he wishes. That's fine. I could force. I want to force the issue with spikes. As he gets Conkin on the wish, that's gonna get him near full. Not quite, but after burn, he's gonna get 81. He's gonna go for Drain Punch to get him healthy again. But I'm gonna go for Body Press here to press the issue. And I figure he might not Drain Punch again. I'm fine if he knocks. He takes Barb, Sand, Burn. So I go for the Body Press again, just trying to press the issue. Um, and he's gonna go Clef. That's fine. He's gonna Corv now after the wish, which seems like a really wasteful wish. I'm gonna go for wish my own. I think here I'm just gonna teleport, predicting defog, not Iron Head, and get my Pharaoh thrown in, knowing he may very well be body press. At this point, he hasn't revealed that. I was gonna go Incineroar as I go Spikes, and I'm okay. I'm fine taking a body press just to scout that out. And every time he goes Incineroar, it's an opening for my Hippo, which only takes 27% from that Flare Blitz, which is great. So despite being burned, I'm able to really feel all the way up to full almost. And the Corviknight's going to come in and probably defog, so that's an open invitation for Rotom Heat to come in because it's pretty healthy. And again, now I can force things with this Rotom Heat. As you see here, his Seismitoad is like already kind of chipped. So I'm going to go for Discharge, predicting that not to come in on Toxic. He goes for Body Press, which is fine. I'm going to go for another Moonblast in the Seismitoad because, again, conditioning that damage down is huge. And now I think I go for a Wish. Assist Clefable also has to go for a Wish. I teleport out to my Rotom Heat, get that healthy. And now I go for a Nasty Plot again, forcing him to kind of like stay in and not like be pressured. And now I think I go for another Nasty Plot. And so he's going to Wish here. And now I'm just going to Toxic because I baited that. He always did live +3. And then I just wanted to make sure that I could get a Toxic. He doesn't have any way of healing it off. Now he's going to Scald, so I go Pharaoh this time. He gets the first burn, which does suck a lot. Because now that limits body press, knock damage, and also negates leftovers, so I get off to Wish to it a bit. I get Spikes up, and now that I know Seismitoad is poisoned, despite losing the drill early for very little, I know that I can force Wishes a ton. And so therefore, I want to A, start getting rocks up, B, start forcing things with Nasty Plot PP. I don't have to waste Overheat PP, just Nasty Plot PP. And C, I want to keep Sand up as much as possible to chip the Incineroar and potentially the Conkeldurr. And that's great. He's going to knock off the Clef there. That's fine. He's given that damage. Flare Blitz isn't to a KO. So I get Moonblast off then that as well. And I'm going to get Rotom back up healthy. With kind of a wasted Wish there myself, so I was already pretty healthy. I'm going to go for Nasty Plot. He's getting Incineroar in. And again, that wasted a Wish. That's fine. I do not want to lose my Heavy Duty Boots at any point in time as he has rocks up. So I'm going to go hit Powdon. Again, playing the long-term patient game. Because I feel like he's being pretty wasteful with its limited PP. I'm going to go for Slack off there again, and he's bringing Corviknight in. That's fine with me. I think here I just go for Rock, saying, okay, if you want to defog both of our hazards away, that's fine. Just don't keep them up lopsided against me. I go Dragapult here. In hindsight, I think Rotom H was better, but I didn't want to risk taking repeated body presses. So I just go for U-turn, saying, okay, burning this stuff doesn't mean anything anyway. Paralysis would be better if I ever discharge into it. He goes and teleports to that Seismitoad. That's fine. He's taking poison damage to get first overdose and second turn poison damage to chip it a little bit more in the following turn. So yeah, that sequence is always ideal for me as I knock into the Clef, which is already knocked, so it doesn't really do much. Now I go my own Clef, that's fine, and I just start firing off Moonblast, crit to 29 there. He goes to Conk, that's fine. I protect. Facade always kills, unfortunately. So I'm going to go Dragapult, predicting another Facade. He goes for it conservatively. I think I go for Hex here, not wanting to mess around. Yeah, and that does 11% Incineroar, which is great because it gets it quicker to being in wish range again, and I get a U-turn off there. So yeah, it's working out nicely. You get Seismitoad in here. Um, I think at this point I just slack off. Yeah, I'm saying okay, we could play with Yoving Hazards up because I'm gonna get my spikes or rocks up at some point eventually anyway. And now he goes in Sonora as I go Clefable. It's worth noting at this point that I have 11 wishes left. He only has 5. So I can win this long game despite feeling like I'm down early. He Flare Blitzes. I get off a wish. I am forced to protect here, and he doesn't want me to cheat at all. So he's going to go for another Flare Blitz. That's fine with me. I just want him weakened. He goes for the parting shot there, which is smart. He was ring to Fable. And again, I'm just wasting the wish PPs. He goes for another. And I kind of go for an unnecessary wish there, a bit greedy because Pharaoh was still pretty healthy, but I really wanted to threaten him. He's going to wish to Conkeldurr there, which is okay. Now I have a chance of living Facade, so I feel like he's really likely for me to stay in. It was a slim one, but yeah, and he goes for the Facade again, so I go Dragapult and I get that right. Now I finally U-turn as he goes left. Rotom heats in. And again, I could force 2 turns of Toxic on this Seismitoad. So I'm basically wasting 1 PP of Nasty Plot just to get 2 turns of Toxic there and get closer to making him wish another Wished PP. So it's just all about methodical trades that kind of favor me small amount. And not to these long SS games really play out, forcing these trades that are very slight gains, but ultimately bring them closer to running out of PP or having a Pokemon whittled down and that they need. And once you can force the issue far enough, that's great. And see, I'm going to Moonblast here. It's not going to do much damage net. It's only doing 23% there. But look, that means that not only am I going to force a wish, but now I'm also going to get momentum as a teleport there. And he's not at full health. So if I ever nasty plot on like a wish or a protect later on, it's threatened. And again, I can force a couple turns of poison there. But instead, he goes Ditto, and I'm like, oh shit, he could spikes, and that'll him. He actually goes Conkeldurr, and now, given the body press damage, I know he didn't have a ton of HP investment. He might have had some, but I have like 8 or 12 special attack, and min roll on 0 HP was like 60 or 59. So I figure whatever HP he has, seeing his Conke's HP is already high, it was at least a 50-50 roll. And at this point, Dragapult was such a menace to me that I went for it, and I don't regret it at all. He says he had some HP investment, but like he would have had a lot of HP for that to be favorable. Um, and Dragon just tells us to both shut up and play a few complaints. I say, hey, you can't complain. Because he did get the burn earlier, because if I had drilled, then it would have been a completely different game. That's true, because I could have wished that easily, but I did risk it. That was my fault. But yeah, it's the game we played. That's fine. Clef's going to get all the way in healthy. He's going to, I believe, pass a wish to Incineroar now, right? Yeah, so it's going to get to 52. That's fine with me as I get hit out on in. And I think here I just set up rocks. It's fine. He's going to go Seismitoad. No issue for me there. And he's going to forfeit, basically saying, okay, I don't think I could outlast you. Because he notices, hey, at this point, he only has 2 Wish PP left. And my Rotom was intact, plenty of PP left, and I could kind of win the game, especially with his Ditto being weakened and Rocks being up. So yeah, ultimately, I just feel like I made a lot of right trades positions after a really sloppy start, and that game worked out well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to leave now. But yeah, peace.